Hi, welcome to my channel, Kings of Queens, and today I want to talk about selfishness. Now, today, people have reached the all-time selfishness. They have reached an all-time high of being selfish. Okay, so nowadays you have so many different kinds of people being selfish. You would have religious people being selfish. You'll have just men being selfish, women being selfish, children being selfish, but now it's at an all-time high nowadays. And so people nowadays, everybody look at everything one-sided. It is horrible nowadays, to be honest, because everybody is so selfish that is just making things bad. There's a number of things that people are doing, but most of it is the way that people are selfish nowadays and don't even understand that they're being selfish. People will be being selfish and don't even notice that they're being selfish. They will be, people would expect you to be in a situation that they're being selfish in, that they're not doing anything positive. They're doing very little positive, and they're creating negativity in your life, but they'll tell you that you're being negative to them when you're expressing that you're not feeling too positive about the situation. And every time you tend to speak about the negative things in the situation, they'll say you're being negative. You're being negative. It's sort of kind of how we're screaming Black Lives Matter, but everybody's saying, but everybody lives matter and stuff like that. It's kind of like how that's happening. How people are looking over the fact that Black people are just getting murdered in the street, and they're saying, but everybody, it happens to this, it's happening to that. That's selfish. That's not trying to recognize that somebody is suffering, that somebody is going through something. And that's pretty much how everybody is nowadays. They don't want to recognize that somebody else has, that somebody else is going through something. People nowadays want you to pay attention to the fact that they're hurting and that they're in pain and this, that, and other, whatever. They want you to pay attention to them and forget yourself that you're going through something, or forget that they're taking you through stuff. People will they will be taking you through something, and then they'll get mad. This is an example. You'll be driving somebody somewhere, and the person will be doing all type of stuff that's irritating, screaming out the window, making it hard for you to drive peacefully and things like that. And then you'll say, okay, you know what? Get out of my car. Nowadays, the person that was distracting you from driving and doing so much to the point where you probably can get in a car accident, kill everybody, this person will act like, that you're a problem because you had to put them out of your car, because you had to put them out. That's how it is nowadays. Nobody is recognizing the fact that what they're doing, they only recognizing the reaction of how they're acting, and they're getting offended because people are speaking up and taking up and standing up for themselves. And that's all that's pretty much going on nowadays. So it's just a bunch of bad relationships between whoever. It's been bad relationships because people are so selfish and one-sided. They only see their hurt. They only see their pains, their struggles. They only see that. They don't see yours. Then they get offended when you get mad, or you notice that they can care less about you. They say, oh, this person is negative. And then what trips me out is because people think you're some kind of like personal clown nowadays. You're just there to make them happy. They're not there to make you happy. Your happiness, you gonna have to figure that shit out on your own. You're gonna have to figure your happiness out on your own. But they want you to be their personal little clown. Anytime they're down, they want you to cheer them up. Anytime things is going bad, they wanted you to make it better and things like that. But they cannot give you that same satisfaction, and they cannot give you that same thing that they're asking for. And it's like, okay, people are not noticing how selfish they are. They're not noticing. People are acting like other human beings can live through just, anything, but don't expect them to. Don't expect them to. You have to cater to them. You have to treat them kind. You have to talk to them nice. You got to be on point. You got to have this. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to do all these things, but they don't have to do anything for you. They don't have to respect you. It'll be people that'll be living in your house, and they'll call themselves trying to argue with you all the time. And it's like, what? And you're not arguing with them. They're arguing with you. And then the crazy part about it is your house. They need to live with you. It's your house. It's a choice to say, okay, you can stay, but they want to try to clown and disrespect you. And then as soon as you put them out on their forehead, they're like, oh, you, and these people are so selfish. They're acting like they would just be so angry, and they would be talked down on you so bad over these things. And it's like, hold on, you have a part of this bargain that you need to hold up, but you're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just selfishness has reached the all-time high. Everybody want, but don't want to give anything. Don't want to give anything. And the sad part about it is men is the most people now that don't want to give anything. But they're expecting a whole lot from a woman, but they don't want to give anything. And it's so crazy. It's like, what? This is pretty darn sad. These relationships that we're having with each other is really sad nowadays. It's really pitiful. Because again, like I said, everything is one-sided. You notice nowadays a lot of people, it'll be a party. It'll be a potluck, and you'll have a bunch of people that will not bring food. A bunch of people that will not bring food nowadays. And it's like, it's just an example on how people's thinking nowadays. Everybody is looking for somebody else to do something, but they're not looking to do anything themselves. They're not looking for that, And it's selfish. And then it's crazy how a lot of people know their actions. A lot of people know what they've been doing, know, how they care or whatever for people, but they won't admit it. They won't admit it. They'll still pretend and selfishly act like, oh no, gimme this, gimme. And then after you gimme, I will be able to give you something. Right. Nowadays, it's hard for people. People are so selfish nowadays. People can't even give you the truth. People can't even give you the truth. The truth costs too much nowadays. Free stuff is just, is difficult nowadays. Difficult. It's hard for Black people to even support each other because they're so selfish. They can't even support each other. They can't even do stuff that's free to support each other. They can't even do things that just uplifts with their mouths. They can't do things that's free nowadays. Nobody can. Everybody is looking for something. Looking for something. Looking for, and we're gonna be looking. We're gonna be old and dead and gone. And the people that's coming after us, they're gonna be old and dead and gone too, because we teaching them how to be so selfish too. And everybody, selfish, and everybody think it's all about them. It's not about nobody else. It's just only about them. And that's why our relationships are failing, and all of it is failing. And once two people can't communicate and relate and have children and build families and things like that, just consider the world destroyed, because that's what's happening. We're getting destroyed. We're not happy. We don't have these relationships that we used to have, these bonds we used to have. We don't have them no more. Because why? Because everybody's so selfish, and everybody want everybody to be paying attention to me, but nobody don't want to give nobody else that same amount of attention, an amount of love, and an amount of respect. So again, this selfishness, I don't really have action plan other than do the opposite of what you've been doing. If you're a selfish person, if you find yourself always thinking about what somebody need to be doing for you to react to them, or you to activate your doing skills or whatever, then maybe you should check yourself. Maybe you should check yourself and, change that. Thank you.